Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn English with NewPod, the podcast series where learning English is simple, practical, and fun. I'm Kevin, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Lena. We're so glad you're spending a few minutes of your day learning English with us.
So, Lena, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling reflective today.
Reflective. That's a good word. It means you're thinking deeply about your life or your experiences.
Yeah, like when you stop and think about how things have changed or what you've learned recently.
Exactly. You could say, I've been feeling reflective lately, or this week made me feel reflective.
It's a simple way to make your English sound more natural when talking about feelings or experiences.
And that actually connects perfectly with today's topic. Today, we're going to practice how to talk about yourself in English, who you are, what you do, and how to introduce yourself naturally in conversations.
Yes! Being able to talk about yourself is really important. You need it for conversations, classes, interviews, or when meeting new people.
If you can share a little about yourself, it makes it easier for others to understand you and connect with you. It also helps you feel more confident when speaking English.
So today, we'll go step by step. We'll practice how to say who you are, what you do, and how to sound natural while talking about yourself.
And before we get started, if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe and join the NewPod family.
Yes, join the family and practice English with us every time we release a new episode.
All right, Lena, let's get started and have some fun with today's topic, talking about yourself in English. The first step is simple but very important. When you want to introduce yourself in English, the easiest way is to start with your name. For example, you can say, "Hi, my name is Kevin," or "Hello, I'm Lena."
That's simple, but it's really important. Your name is the first thing people need to know, and saying it clearly helps them remember you.
Exactly. And you can make it a little more natural by adding a friendly greeting, like, "Hi, I'm Kevin, nice to meet you," or "Hello, I'm Lena, it's great to meet you."
And listeners, notice the phrase, "nice to meet you." It's very common when you meet someone for the first time. It's polite, friendly, and helps make a good first impression.
Right. So let's practice together. Repeat after me. "Hi, my name is Kevin. Nice to meet you."
Now you try. Hello, I'm Lena. It's great to meet you.
Perfect. See, it's simple, but practicing this will help you feel more confident when meeting new people.
After saying your name, the next step is to tell people where you're from. You can say, "I'm from the United States." Or if you want, you can add your city. "I'm from New York, United States."
Adding where you're from is important because it gives other people more information about you and makes the conversation easier to continue. People might ask, "Oh, New York, have you visited Times Square?" Or, "I've always wanted to go to New York."
Yes, and when you say your city or country clearly, it helps people remember you and feel more connected to what you say. You're sharing a small part of your life, and that makes your introduction more interesting.
Exactly. You can even add a short sentence about your city or country. For example, "I'm from New York, United States. It's a big city with lots of things to see and do."
For me, I'm from Toronto, Canada. It's a large city with friendly people and many beautiful parks.
This helps your introduction sound natural and gives the other person something to ask you about. It's not just saying your name, it's sharing a little story about yourself.
Exactly. You can also add a small personal detail, like your hobby or something you enjoy doing. For example, "I like reading books," or "I enjoy playing football."
So a full simple introduction could be, "Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from New York, United States. I like reading books." Or, "Hello, I'm Lena. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I enjoy playing football."
And listeners, the key is to practice these sentences slowly, one step at a time. Don't worry about mistakes. The more you repeat, the more natural it will feel.
That's right. Step by step, slowly and with fun. That's how you can improve and feel more confident when introducing yourself. All right, Lena, now that we've practiced saying our names and where we're from, let's talk a little more about yourself. When you meet someone new, people usually want to know what you do in your life, like your job or your school.
That's true. You can say something simple like, I'm a student, or I work in an office. It doesn't need to be complicated. Even saying, I'm learning English works perfectly.
Exactly. And you can make it sound more natural by adding a little extra detail. For example, I'm a student. I study business at my university. Or, I work in an office. I help people with their questions every day. Just a few words can make your introduction feel complete.
Right. And it's nice because it gives the other person something to ask about. They might say, oh, what are you studying? Or what do you do in your office? Then the conversation continues naturally.
Yes, and you can also talk about your hobbies. This is really helpful because people love to know what you enjoy. You could say, I like playing football, or I enjoy reading books, or even, I love painting. Small details like this make your introduction more interesting and personal.
I like that. For example, you could say, hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from New York, United States. I'm a student and I enjoy reading books. That's simple, but it gives someone a clear picture of who you are.
Exactly, and I can say, hello, I'm Lena. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I work as a graphic designer and I love painting in my free time. Adding that little detail about what I enjoy makes the conversation feel friendly and warm.
And it also helps you connect with people. Someone might say, oh, I like painting too, or I love reading, and then you already have something to talk about.
Yes, and the great thing is you can combine everything into one smooth introduction. For example, hi, my name is Kevin. I'm from New York, United States. I'm a student and I enjoy reading books. What about you?
Or I could say, hello, I'm Lena. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I work as a graphic designer and I love painting. How about you? What do you like to do? Just adding that question makes it easier to start a real conversation.
That's a really good point. Asking a question is simple, but it makes people want to talk with you. And the more you practice, the easier it gets to speak without thinking too much.
Exactly. At first, it might feel a little strange to say all these things in English, especially if you're not used to it, but that's okay. The more you repeat it, the more natural it will feel.
Right, and you don't have to say everything at once. You can start with just your name and city. Later, you can add your job or hobbies. Step by step, your introduction will grow longer and sound natural.
And remember, the goal is to make your English feel alive. You're not just memorizing sentences, you're sharing who you are. And that's why people will understand and remember you.
Exactly, Lena. And practicing this slowly at home or even in front of a mirror can make a big difference. You can repeat it again and again until you feel confident.
Yes, and when you meet someone new, you can just use this small introduction to start the conversation. It's simple, but it works every time.
And once you're comfortable, you can add even more. Maybe a little story about your favorite hobby or something interesting about your city. But for now, just saying your name, where you're from, what you do, and a hobby is already enough to start talking confidently.
And listeners, the key is to take your time and speak clearly. Mistakes are okay. They're part of learning. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
Absolutely. By practicing little by little every day, introducing yourself in English will start to feel easy, natural, and even enjoyable. Now that we've practiced each part separately, let's put it all together in a full introduction. Imagine you're meeting someone new for the first time.
Sure, I'll start. Hi, I'm Lena. I'm from Canada and I study at university. I really enjoy playing basketball and spending time with my friends.
That's perfect. You shared your name, where you're from, what you do, and a small personal detail. That's exactly what people want to know when they meet someone new. Now I can respond, hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from the United States and I work at a small bookstore. I love reading novels and learning about new cultures.
See how the conversation flows naturally? Each person gives a little bit of information, and it doesn't feel forced. Short, clear sentences are the key.
Exactly. And here's a tip. Adding a small interest or hobby makes your introduction more memorable. For example, after I say I love reading novels, you could ask, "Oh, that's interesting. What kind of books do you like?"
Yes, and after I say I enjoy playing basketball, you could ask, "That's cool. How often do you play?" Just one simple question keeps the conversation going and gives you more chances to practice English naturally.
Another important point is to speak slowly and clearly. Don't rush through your introduction. Pausing slightly between sentences helps the other person understand you and gives you time to think about what to say next.
Exactly. And listeners, practicing this in a relaxed way will make a big difference. You can even rehearse in front of a mirror or record yourself speaking. Hearing your own voice helps you notice your pronunciation and improves your confidence.
Also, don't worry about using fancy words. Simple, correct English is always better than complicated sentences that you might forget. For example, saying, "I enjoy playing basketball" is much better than "I have a strong enthusiasm for participating in athletic sports activities."
Yes, definitely. And adding a small personal detail doesn't need to be long. Just one sentence is enough, like, "I enjoy cooking new recipes," or "I like watching movies on weekends."
And remember, the goal is to make your introduction feel like a natural conversation, not a script. That way, when you meet new people, it will feel easy and comfortable.
Right. And one more thing. Don't forget to smile. A friendly tone and a smile make your introduction even more engaging. People are more likely to respond positively, and it helps you feel confident too.
So let's try the full example one more time together. Repeat after us slowly and clearly. Hi, I'm Lena. I'm from Canada, and I study at university. I really enjoy playing basketball and spending time with my friends.
And you, "Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from the United States and I work at a small bookstore. I love reading novels and learning about new cultures."
Perfect. See how easy it can be when you break it into small steps and practice regularly? Each time you do it, your English will feel more natural and confident.
Exactly. The more you practice, the smoother your introduction will be and the more comfortable you'll feel speaking with anyone, whether in class, at work, or when meeting new friends.
Now that we've practiced the basics, your name, where you're from, and a simple personal detail, we can take it one step further. Adding a little extra information makes your introduction more interesting and helps start a conversation.
Exactly. For example, you can mention your favorite hobby, a goal, or something you enjoy doing on the weekend. It doesn't have to be long, just one or two extra sentences.
Right. For instance, you could say, "Hi, I'm Lena. I'm from Canada and I study at university. I really enjoy playing basketball, and on weekends I like going for long walks in the park."
Or you could say, "Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from the United States and I work at a small bookstore. I love reading novels and I'm also learning to cook new recipes at home."
See how these small extra details give the other person something to ask about. They can say, "Oh, that's cool. What kind of novels do you like?" Or, "I love basketball too. How often do you play?"
Yes, and listeners, this is why adding little details is important. It helps you connect with the other person, keeps the conversation going, and makes your English sound more natural.
Another idea is to mention a recent experience. For example, "I recently visited a museum and it was amazing." Or, "Last weekend I tried baking a cake for the first time." Small stories like this make your introduction more lively and give the other person a chance to respond naturally.
And don't worry if your English isn't perfect yet. Even short, simple sentences are enough. For example, "I like playing football. I also like drawing." That's simple, clear, and easy to remember.
Exactly. The goal is to feel comfortable talking about yourself, step by step. You can start with just your name and country, then slowly add hobbies, interests, or small experiences. Over time, your introductions will become smooth and confident.
And here's a little tip. You can practice writing down a short introduction first, then read it out loud. For example, "Hi, I'm Lena. I'm from Canada. I study at university. I enjoy playing basketball. On weekends, I like going for walks in the park."
Yes, writing first helps you organize your ideas. Then, when you speak, it comes naturally without pausing too much or forgetting what to say.
And once you feel ready, you can try introducing yourself to a friend, a classmate, or even recording a short voice message. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel.
Exactly. Remember, each small step counts. Even practicing for 5 minutes a day makes a big difference. And every time you introduce yourself, you're getting better and more comfortable speaking English.
So, listeners, don't rush it. Take it step by step. Add a little detail at a time and make it fun.
Now that we've practiced introducing ourselves, let's see how a short conversation might go. Lena, let's imagine we just met at a cafe.
Sounds fun. Okay, Kevin, I'll start. "Hi, I'm Lena. Nice to meet you."
Hi, Lena. I'm Kevin. It's great to meet you too. Where are you from?
"I'm from Canada. How about you?"
I'm from the United States. What do you like to do in your free time?
"I enjoy reading books and watching movies. And you?"
I like listening to music and going for walks. It's fun to try new things. Do you like traveling?
"Yes, I love traveling. Visiting new places is exciting."
See how easy that was? Just short, simple sentences, and you can keep the conversation going naturally.
Exactly. The key is to ask questions, share something about yourself, and listen carefully. This makes your English feel real and friendly.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. Practicing even a little every day helps you speak more confidently.
That's right. Try this conversation with a friend or even practice in front of a mirror. It's a fun way to improve step by step.
Before we finish today, don't forget to subscribe and join the new pod family. We'll keep sharing simple, practical, and fun English lessons every time.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing and see you in the next episode.